guys, cheers. I guess it's tea this morning. Pretty hot. So one of the questions that I always see coming up is, what happens? How do you begin? What do you do when you first want to do something and you don't know what to do? So let's just go through what I have on the table. So believe it or not, from that last project, I have almost no leftovers. I still have the old leftovers from the previous project, but I really didn't add to it doing those boxes, which is pretty cool because I just had the fussy cuts, that's all. So then, from the last project, I have these still from the last project. I have no idea how this motorcycle came in. So basically, this is all I have left from the Pokemon. This isn't even Pokemon. And that's not bad now. These three little pieces. I don't even... It's too big to make into an ATC. So I think it's just gonna have to wait until I go back and do another Pokemon. So this is a longer wait, okay? So I'm gonna put it in something that does a longer wait, because the chances of me coming back to do another Pokemon is gonna be a while. And I put some things in here that I wanted to move into here. This is what I do when I'm finished a project. So I went through my magazines and I did some more cutouts. This is another thing that I do in between projects. I just do my fussy cutting. So these are just super small cutouts. I'm cutting out from the perennial book. Obviously, some of these flowers are too small to fussy cut around. But where I can cut around, I'm cutting them around. Okay. So where they can be nicely fussy cutted out, they are, and where they can't, they're just the squares that they fit. Like that. So the rest of these are super small. So these birds that I cut out were supposed to go into here. These are they're fussy cutted out birds. And I find by doing my fussy cutting, sorting my fussy cutting, sometimes that will help me get an idea of what I want to do. So these fussy cuts are in addition to my smalls that are in the folder, because I've been doing more fussy cutting than usual, just because I have so many birds, so many perennials, and I like all the words that I'm finding. Actually, I might keep that one out. Hey, okay, so once I have those out, close enough. This one doesn't go in here. Then these go in here. These ones go into here. And then the ones that I finished, the little Pokemons, will go together. And we'll keep them so that next time I come back to doing Pokemon, I'll remember that I have these here. See? So besides those fussy cuts, I also went back into this book, the How Do We Know, because I really like the oldness of this. And I think I've mentioned that I don't actually have a year on this one. This is the school notebook, but it is old. It is old, and I really, really, really like it. So let's take out some parts, and I just want to show you, look at how old that is. It actually has a couple of metal heavy-duty staples in there too. So I took some elements out of there, which I think I will make a really, really quick journal. And I still have this one. I love this one, and I kind of feel like this one and this one would make a beautiful cover. And it also gives me a name. So then I also removed some pages from my line book, from the notebook. Remember, it has signatures inside, and you can just take them apart and you have signatures. So we took that apart, but unfortunately when I took it apart, I accidentally ripped these pages. But then when I cleaned that up, I realized I like that size of a journal actually, because I'm thinking of doing a children's journal now. The other thing I did is I took apart my Cars book magazine. My Cars magazine does also make a signature. I'm just super happy with this magazine. It also divides into signatures, which is super duper duper duper. So this can be a new Cars journal. These are two of their signatures put together. So that's definitely going to be a project. But I want to do the kids one first. Oops, let me just put this aside. And I'll show you the elements that I cut out for the kids ones from that science book. Got all of these cutouts, which I think will be plenty. In fact, I think I need more pages. So what I have is I have the line paper. So let's take some from the sketchbook paper. Remember, I got Dreams because it's got the same kind of the same color of paper. Let's take 3 of those. Just to give us a few more pages. Now what we need to do is we need to take this annoying part off here. Oops, it's really not straight. What's going on here? these things get tangled up and don't let it get straight. That is not my favorite way of having a book enclosure. Pretty much say that every time. Compared to that nice science book, I think this must be the cheapest way to bind a book. Alright. So I think with this, if we just fold it in half, and it's a square, if we fold it in half, we're going to get almost, we have to have a fold in order for it to be a signature. We will almost get the same size of a page. It's a little bit smaller. So now I'm going to remove the top part, because that's the part that I had. I had to remove that top part because I ripped it. But remember, we use all of this part for masterboards, and we use them right away, so it is no problem to take them off. So this is going to go into the recyclable masterboard. This could even just be a little notepad. We'll figure that out later. And now we can either have these, let's see, I think I need this size. Because some of them are that big. Aren't these so cute though? You know what? Maybe not. Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty long. You know what? No, I can make it smaller. All right, let's do that. So make sure you have your signature foldy side. And let's just straighten it out again. Oh, come on. There we go. So once again, this will be a masterboard. Sometimes it becomes a backing for my pockets. There. Now let's mix these pages up a bit. I got those ones. Just need to remove the tying from the book. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So I think we can start with the plain one. Come on. I hate that when I tear it. Let's just start with the plain one here. Put a lined one in there. Neither one of these papers are really good quality, so you have to be gentle with them. They're both dollar store. Dollorama, actually. Just do a couple of lines. Do a not lined. wind. Isn't that weird how you wind up with an extra one? How do I wind up with an extra one here? It looks like it's gonna stay though. Alright. So there we go. We have our signature. Very cool. Very simple, so let's get our cover done here. Oh, I've been chopping up on that one. Let's see here. How about my Cheetos? Cheetos aren't quite big enough. You know what I'm going to go back to? Actually, you know what? I have been wanting to do a paper bag cover. You know what? I have been wanting to. What should I do? A paper bag cover or an old El Paso cover? I guess I'll do the old El Paso, but I'm definitely going to do a paper bag cover. Oh, if you can remind me to do that. Because if you join two paper bags together using double-sided tape, and I have double-sided tape that I'm not using for other things now because it's past the ability to glue my spines together. That's why we have to use our stuff up, because there seems to be an ending to our glue. So the other thing is, besides the cover, we need to decide if we want to have pockets on the inside. We need to add some heavier weighted stuff on here. You could just let this fold and be the cover, and I actually think it's probably going to work. So let's just make this the cover. Instead of making a spine, let's just trim it down and have it be one fold, because it's not fat. And if I'm not going to add the heavyweight paper on the inside, I'm not going to have pockets. So that means it's not going to get poofy. So I don't need to make that extra space. Feel it and find the smoother part. So this part over here isn't as smooth as that part. So, yeah, so I think this is going to be just a simple children's book that they can just take it and color. Draw and color. Just have fun with it. Yeah, I don't think I need to add anything else to that. Okay, so I said that I was looking at my levers. This is such a cool... I was kind of looking at this for the backing. I mean the cover. I think that does make a nice cover. This is... Oh, I've got 2 pages here. This is where you absolutely must fight the urge to not use it because you like it too much. I do like it a lot. But I'm gonna like something else a lot too tomorrow, so if I keep doing that, I'm never gonna get through my stash. Okay, so now we have a cover, and I think this one I'm just gonna let it go over the top. I'm not gonna worry about trimming it. So now I need another large piece for here. So let's go back to our book. There are a few large pages. I don't like the spiders. Some of these are so weird because they're showing their teeth, remember? And some of them, they're switching it up so they're not right. And it almost fooled me that last time. So, what I see is this... Well, let's just try one more. I might take those mountains, though. This one's very cool. I actually think that one or that one would fit. But I like this one. Take that right to the raw edge. It's not quite wide enough. But it's very cool. So many neat elements. Okay, let's go back to that mountain then. Yeah, I like this mountain here. Let's take that off. If you can stick to the same book, you're making everything much easier. Everything. The pages match, everything matches, and it's much easier to write up your summary at the end too. Okay, so let's just put our levers on first, and from there we'll figure out that other part. Just need you to wait right there. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you one more thing too. Come here, you. Actually, I can't show it to you yet. Oh, maybe I can, maybe I can. Oh, come on. I always get too weak. Ouch, ouch. see how this one from this one fits in this one, okay? And I finished this one, and I asked my sweetie, and the only reason I can't use this one, even though it's got a nice pointy tip, is I don't have a cover for this. So this will eventually have water on it, and I'll take the last of it out before I make something with the bottom of it, okay? But what we're gonna do, because I'm tired of holding the heavy ones, I have some glue in there. I have no idea what glue that is, but I have this heavy one right now, and I have this heavy one. So I don't want to keep lifting one of the heavy ones. So we're just going to take one, it doesn't matter to me which one, and we're going to pour it into here. In you go, baby. Steady, steady, it can't overflow. Don't overflow on me. This is suspense if I can stop it in time. Ah, almost. See that? So close. Okay, so I do want to take the glue off. Take a second and take the glue off the lip, okay? Otherwise it's going to be harder to open. Now that one's back to closed. It's back. This one's super full. Don't spill it. Oh, you were on there earlier. You can go on. Is this one slightly different than the other one? Hold on. Oh, that was this one. Could it be slightly different? Yes, it was slightly different. Can you imagine that? Alright. So now I have a much lighter one. There we go. Alright. So let's just get this on here. Way easier, way lighter. You still get the tippy tip. So you don't have to buy that more expensive one, but just that the other one dries so nice and fast. But times are getting tough, man. Times are getting tough. You might not want to spend $100 on the other glue by the time you pay for shipping on top. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get this on here. I just want the raw edge to be on the raw edge. I'm going to bring it all the way over. And do it around the lippy thing. Whoops. Okay. And these are just from the dollar store. You can buy. I think they're in the little travel. The travel thing, you know, when you put your shampoo and conditioners and stuff in little bottles. Bring on a trip. Perfect. It's a little bit bubbly, but that's all right. I still love it. Now let's get this side. Oops, this here's. I got a little bit of glue over here. It seeps out sometimes. Okay, so now we have this mountainy scene over here. And I like the kite. Oh, and look, we even get a couple of deer. So let's try to get that nice and straight first. Can I do it? Can I get it straight? Let's overlap it a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got over here. I think I'm going to worry about trimming it after it dries, okay? Because we have an edge here that we can use. Now I've gotten to the clear ones. Whoa. You're worried about that causing a line? Just smooth it out, okay? Nice and smooth. We need our ups, okay? So this is up this way. It's just confusing. Turn it around so you have your up. I really want that kite. And we barely got this steered on here too. Uh-oh, I got a fruit fly here. Ah. Had is the word. It's not here any longer. Even this glue will dry clear, so don't worry, okay? If it winds up getting messy. See if we have any glue seeping out on this side. I don't think I have any on my table. I think I'm good. All right. We did have a tiny little bit to bring over. But let's just do the raw edge on this side. You should let it dry. Take your time and let it dry, okay? I rush my projects. I rush them all the time. I've got to move my... And just use your... the more you use your supplies, the easier it gets. And if it's not that easy as the way it seems when I'm doing it, remember I've been doing this literally decades, my friends, decades. And you see how I fumble around. Some days I don't have good hand-eye coordination. It just happens sometimes. How's my corners? These corners are the ones that are kind of the ones that want to act up. Oops. I have my green squares over there that I also need to use on something. Good thing about using those lids for your spreading thing, if you have gunk, like I just picked that gunk up, the whole spreading thing and everything, just plop it in the garbage. There we go. Now we have a cover. This is our brand new cover. Isn't that the coolest thing? So what we can do is we can just tie that in right now before we don't need to decorate it first. We can just tie it right in. So I have to get to the center one. Line it up. This is going to be it here. We're going to measure, I don't know, sometimes you can eyeball it if you want, but I just measure it. I should actually write the measurement down, then I have an easier time with it. So it is, we've got this tiny fraction over here that isn't counting, that we need to move it down to. So now we have 22.5, okay? So now that we know we have 22.5, what we're going to do is we're going to make this go right. We need this right in the center. What's happening on this? Gee, I cannot get you on here. What's happening on this side needs to be the same as what's happening on this side, okay? Need the exact same measurement on both of those sides, okay? So now we know we need 11.5 to get to our center. So we're just going to mark that where our fold is. Put my thing right on the fold. So we're going to do 11.5 centimeters is our halfway point. And now we can decide, do we want to do a 2 tie or do we want to do a 3 tie? I think if it was the full length of the page, I would do a 3. But I think because of the way it is, I'm just going to do a 2. Okay? Or if I think maybe if this is a kid's, it should be more stable. I'm not trying to say kids are bad or anything, but do they need more stability? It's not hard for me to fix it so that they have that little bit more stability. So okay, so let's do that then. Let's do 2 inches or 1.5 inches. We're trying to give it as much stability as we can. And then from this side, we're also going to do 1.5 inches. And we're going to puncture it. And I missed marking my center. This should be really easy to puncture because this paper is very fragile. There we go. We're going to make sure it's totally square. It's not quite square, but I cut it poorly, but other than that, it's going to be square. And remember what I did was I was measuring only on the spine. I was not measuring on the part that I'm going to stitch in. So now that I've got that, I remembered I need to put something on here. And I think probably the best thing to do is just to add some more lined paper so they can write on the cover if they want. I need 2 of these. See, this is literally a signature. So I'll just show you because I don't even know if I've taken them out. They're so fragile though. This is why my page wound up ripping, because I was not taking my time. There we go. So this is literally a signature. You can go ahead and do a journal with this. You can change the size. You can do whatever you want. Just going to take the inside one. That's how easy it is to make your own journal, is taking a signature out. Okay, so I just want to figure out my ups here. So this is up. And I'm just going to do I don't want this holy part, so I'm just going to take it to the center. And I'm going to do the other side. Once you know you're going to use your tearaway pieces for other things, it's much easier to go ahead and rip it. So now we just need, remember this was our up. If you want your ups, you can put your ups up there. See if it's straight up here. And the cool thing about these lines is the lines will actually help you. There we go. And remember what I was saying before about we sometimes will just totally over glue. You do not need to over glue. we have our up. Just because we have that border there, we have an up on here. Just get that extra glue that wants to come out. There you go. I think we get to be a little bit of a paper snob when I say that this is not good quality paper. It's just fine for what we're going to be, what the person's going to be doing, writing, drawing, coloring, whatever. It's just that we like this super strong paper. When you work on with paper all the time, you really get into the idea of how nice paper can get. Okay. Now let's tie that in. And I lost my spots. So my spots are on here. So if we line this up again on both of these edges, get it to the foldy part. Hey, you need to flatten out here, buddy. See how it hates being on the fold? The paper absolutely hates being on the fold. I'm going to take it off that fold. Because our background of this box is white anyways, we don't really need it. Sorry about that paper, I wasn't paying attention to the fold. I was not seeing that fold. There you go. Happy now? Are you happy now? Okay. So now, let's get this in here. Get it lined up. Top and bottom. So it's possible I switched this around. See how my lines are not the same. Isn't that interesting? So now it's lined up again. Okay, let's try some. I think I'll just use gray again. We're doing 3, so we just need a little bit more. Cut it on an angle and see if that'll help us get it in. All right. So let's start on the inside here. I believe this is the center. fairly easy. I like the tie on the inside. I just think it's just out of the way there. Let's take it down to, we just need a bit to tie. We don't need extra. It's going to be a cute little one. There we go. Now let's go back up the center again. Perfect. So probably if you're going to just make your first journal, making a smaller number of pages might make it easier for you when you're going to start tying. So we're just going to line that up again before we tie it nice and tight. And what we're going to just see if that does a little tangy thing, twangy thing, then we know it's tight enough. Hem cord, again, I'm always saying hem cord is great, 0.8 to weight. It doesn't tear the paper. I guess some people wax thread and stuff. So there we go. Don't worry, when I get that under the weight, it's going to lay down tickety-boo. So, almost an hour. So now all we have to do is add all these fun details. Remember, I wanted the longer one for fitting this. I love that. It says buzzsaw. I love that. So remember, it's kind of scary to start on the front page. So leave a couple of pages and then just go. So I'm thinking super small. Oh, which one do we want here? I don't think people would see an egg beater like that, so I've got to kind of put that on there. So we're just going to decorate away now. Super easy and super fun. See how beautifully that paper fits in with this paper here. Fits in just fabulously. So I have all kinds of fun equipment here. I'm going to go for the faster drawing, people. You don't have to have it. I think I've shown you that. Tighten that up. This one is instantaneous dry, so. See the difference? So I don't know how many pages I have, but let's get these babies on here. And look at this, is a candy puller. It's called a candy puller. These guys are cool too, but I like the candy puller. Something tells me I haven't been on the screen. And then we have another one called the churn. I think that'll be so fun for kids. I think that's it for my elements for machinery. Oh, we got some boats. And when you have multiples, I think I have 3, put them all on one page. That'll make it really fun. Actually, let's put that on the center page. Hey, what's going on with you? Oh, you. Doesn't want to come out and then decides to come out with a bang or a flourish. Okay, so let's get to the center page for this one. And we have one more. Wow, I can't fit this one. I guess this is gonna have to be on this side. Okay. So fun. So let's see what else I have here. We've got to add the wood cutters. So I think what I'm going to have to do to get the wood cutters in there is I'm going to have to take out the little word here. My page is not quite big enough. That looks so funny. Get this more to the front. So they're chewing and then it's falling down. I'm going to put the wood cutters up here. right in the center. We're losing the bunnies. Remember, I do not photocopy because I don't want to have any copyright issues. Not that I'm selling these, but sometimes I might. So, in case I ever do, I will make it always a habit to not photocopy. You just have to give up one part of the page. I have to choose one side or the other. So the woodcutters were super cool. You need a page for them to write their names and stuff at the beginning. So I love this fishing one. So let's get this fishing one in here. Let's put it all the way along the angle. I don't... The one thing that I could do is I could just take it off this way. So they're fishing. I don't think we need the obvious question of what happened, and then they catch a fish over here. It's so fun when you can get elements that just tell a story themselves. It's so fun. This is an excellent science book. I am definitely going to look for school educational books again. Totally loved this one. All right. So now we have a working in the garden. Oh, I love that. I love the sky on it. How about if I just take it down? I think it lets me take it apart right there. And it literally talks about everything in this little book. I wonder if they made a new version of it. All right. Some of these I don't like when they're munching on people. When they're munching on something. Oh yeah, I want to put this one in. I think if I take the edges off, I go right to the edge and right to the edge. I think it'll... I don't want to lose any of it actually, so I'm going to have to angle it. Just take this one out. Was this the one that I needed? Yeah. Just need these corners removed so I can angle it in there. May as well take all of them off. There we go, it goes up much higher. That little bit of fiddling around and not using the glue starts it already closing. This is how fast it dries. Come on, baby. Come on. It's gonna come out in a big blob. I gotta clean the top again. There you go, come on. You'll get attention, and after this project I will take you apart and clean you much better. So I wasn't too sure about that one. What about this one? Oh yeah, this is the bears. The bears are eating, so I've got to take it apart right here. So they're fishing over here. Let's put it down low this time. So for starting out the day with not being sure what I was going to work on, it doesn't take long once you start a project to just start going gung-ho on your project until suddenly you're basically done. We are basically done this project. We can literally stop anytime now because we can leave blank pages. Every page does not need to be decorated. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3. I should be able to come up with 3 more. Look at these ones. Five of them. You're a little bit too big for this one, buddy. But how about some crabs? I never know if it's crabs or lobster. I think it's lobster. I'm not a seafood eater, so I don't buy them. Don't know what they are. The lines help you get it a little bit straight. But sometimes my tearing isn't straight. Alright, so what do you think, guys? Is that a fun journal or what? I have fruits and vegetables on here now. We can get this, these cattle and stuff on here. May as well get these on here. Which was I doing? Come on. See, I just left it for a minute again. Oh my goodness. Because I only have 2 more elements to go. You're going to do your plugging up business. It really needs a good cleaning, that's all. It's never the equipment's fault, people. I even think my other one's blocked too. Come to think of it. So I just wanted to add this one large one. So let's do that. Why don't we do that right on the back page here. Okay, I will look after you. I'm not going to keep fighting with you right now. So I hope you have the little bottles. These little bottles are not expensive at the dollar store. It just does the same thing, except that the glue is going to dry quite a little bit slower. But like I said, I started with tacky glue, and I worked on a couple of projects at a time, so that when I was waiting for one part to dry, I would just keep working on another one. So it's doable. This is the glue that I started with. All of them are getting ridiculously expensive though now. They really are getting ridiculous. All right. The glue will dry clear, okay? I'm just going to put something in there so that I can close this page without it sticking. So once this goes under the weight, that's going to close perfectly. We have the front, we have the back. We have the empty pages at the front for them to put their name, dates, whatever. Then we've got the wood cutters. We've got the orange squeezer. We've got the candy puller. We've got the churn. We've got 3 photos of sailing. We got the boys fishing. We got them working in the garden. We got a buzzsaw. And some bears eating. And some lobsters. Some cattle. And I guess this is a mountain sheep. So I went and made a mess of that one, which I will clean up in a bit. Hope you like it.